you go to the GP and you've got 7 minutes, and you cannot talk to a GP long enough to explain all the problems you got.
So I live with stage 4 ovarian cancer. I was misdiagnosed for 2.5 years, and I absolutely knew something wasn't right with me. And no one heard me, no one listened to me. No matter how many doctors I saw, I just couldn't get fobbed off. Once you find yourself with cancer, your life changes like that, straight away. You're trying to navigate that. You're scared, you're listening to everybody. It almost becomes like a business transaction. Not every family has someone like me who's going to go out and knock and knock and knock and shout and shout and shout. And there are so many families out there suffering in the BAME community with cancer, with dementia, and all kinds of ailments that are life-limiting. It has to start with the GPs, because that's where they go to get their medication, to get their prescriptions, to get assessed. They have to they have to know about what's out there, and they have to refer them to them and make sure that they're checking in and making sure that they're going there. You might have to drag them there, you might have to do a home visit, but people have got to know that they're not on their own.
When it goes wrong in the NHS, patients do not know how or where they can turn.
It's also about going for these screenings, feeling their personal space is being affected when they go for either breast screening or cervical screening. They are not very comfortable and they don't know whom to talk about it.
The key thing about doing this work is really about talking to people around their own lived experience and the way they connect to things, the way they make sense of things. So it's very much rooted in the reality of people's lives. And we do that by really working with people in their environment.
Thanks, Samira, for that introduction. So today I'm going to be discussing kind of where I personally see where there's gaps in the way that everybody's working together. One of the biggest gaps for me, I know running my projects, is around data sharing.
I'm quite excited that we're listening to people. People want to feel listened to. People want to feel that they can contribute to their care. And with cancer care to the community, it's not one size fits all. We have to look more to bespoke service that is incorporating their needs, their cultural and religious perspectives, and so people can feel that they're more understood.
We see our role really to be able to work with communities that have got real issues and then use all of our levers to create change, to really change how healthcare systems are designed and delivered for people.
Interested in some of the educational work around prevention with different communities, and also how we might signpost people in future, because there are so many amazing organisations out there, but people don't always know about them and people don't always access them.
There are underrepresented communities and there is gender bias within communities. There is equality issues within communities. So we need to make sure they represent in this type of meetings and to show their voice and to show their lived experience.
I think it was mentioned there about how 90% of kind of healthcare issues are dealt with in the community and only sort of 10% within the acute setting. So for me, I think it's about bringing the VCFSE and NHS together. The two combined are what healthcare is.
If we had more volunteers, people who were advocates, who would escort people to the treatment and to their appointments. And that's one of the things that we're doing with One Vision. We have the community champions. And so with the cancer care, we actually have people who may have had lived experiences of cancer, people who are worked in the community as cancer carers, or people who are staff from those backgrounds, because it gives them a little sense of grounding that somebody understands where I'm coming from.
We spend a lot of time as a hospital dealing with the effects of ill health, and we have a naturally kind of reactive response to that. We wait till people pitch up in our emergency departments to our outpatient clinics for diagnostics. But we don't do enough to get out into the community and find out what's affecting people's health. So this is part of a partnership to really start to understand that, to learn about how we can work with partners, to really start to address some of the drivers of ill health within our local community and think about how we can work together, especially harnessing the power of the voluntary community and faith sector.